Hello guys, my name is Khopotso Mahlotla and I'm going to be doing a film review on one of my favorite movies, films, A Family That Prays by Tyler Perry. Um, and the scene that I'm going to be focusing on is the garden scene where the daughter-in-law Julian comes to her mother-in-law with a problem, a terrible problem, going to tell her mother-in-law, Mrs. Cogright, that her son is cheating on her. Yes. So about the both characters, they both are very good characters for me. They play these characters well, both these women. And yes, what I can say about Julian is that she is a humble wife. She is loyal to her husband. She's faithful at all times and she's very loving. She loves her husband genuinely. Although her husband loves her, he is busy cheating on her with his colleague at work. And now that the wife, Julian, has found out, she found out in a method, in a way that she hired a private investigator to see to it as to what the husband has been up to. And apparently the husband was cheating on her, and they used to go to a hotel with this colleague that he was cheating with. And when she comes and tells her mother-in-law is more like a woman that does not really take things, like she doesn't really take things personal, she doesn't take everything to heart. She's a rock. And so when she comes to tell her mother-in-law that the son, Mrs. Cockright's son William, is cheating on her, Mrs. Cockwright is like, she was never really fond of her because of how weak she is. She explains to her daughter-in-law Julian that no, my husband also used to cheat on me in the very same room that William, your husband, my son, is cheating on you with her colleague, with his colleague rather, sorry. And it doesn't really surprise her that her son is cheating because she knows how much the son wanted to be like his father. And she was not bothered that the father of the son, the father of William, Mr. Cockwright, who's no longer with them, is yes, he was cheating on her, but she didn't really care because she had her things, she had her other affairs going on the side. And she tells the daughter-in-law of how much strong she has to be in order to enjoy all the benefits that come along with being a Mrs. Cockwright. Cool. And how the way that the costumes contribute to the way I see the characters is that the wife, which is Julian's costume, is telling me, when I look at her wearing that costume, it's telling me that she is a strong woman that is not broken by anything. But when you dig deep, when you sit down with her, or when she starts opening up, you see that she's really falling apart. She's been holding on, but now things are falling apart for her because her husband is cheating on her. And when I look at the costume of Mrs. Cockwright, it's just like a costume of any other CEO that's enjoying doing gardening in her rose garden. And yes, it's beautiful, it's chilled, it's lovely. And the setting of the scene, it's in a rose garden, as Mrs. Cockwright would say. And what stands out the most about the scene for me is the nature that surrounds, the nature that's within the scene, because we see roses, we see trees, we see the grass, we see a chair, or yes, a chair of comfort that you can come and sit on and relax and have your peace of mind there. It just, for me, because I'm very fond of nature, it brings a nature feel when I look at. That's what stands out the most about me. The colors, it's so beautiful for me. And what looking at the camera work, we see from the beginning when she starts when the scene starts, she enters and the camera is panning to her destination, which is to go to her mother-in-law. And the shots that are used mostly in this scene are long shots and medium shots and close-ups and uh, a bird's eye view. Right in the beginning, as the panning happens, she goes and the camera is just there taking her to her mother-in-law. Cool. And yes, what the music, how the music contributes to this scene. There is music that's for me, it's expressing sadness from Julian's side because she comes to her mother-in-law with this type of music, but towards the end of the scene, it's like a song, a tone that brings awareness as to something fishy, something that is not supposed to happen is happening. Because at the end of the scene, towards the end of the scene, Julian tells her mother-in-law, Mrs. Cockright, that her son is about to betray her. He has called in a meeting where people, where the board is just going to vote her out. And now, yes, we see a close-up. Yes, as I mentioned, we have medium shots, long shots, bird's eye view, and yes, and the props. She's wearing gloves that she can use to not dirty herself as she's busy. Mrs. Cockright, that is, that to not dirty herself as she's busy with her gardening, and she's wearing a sun hat. If I'm saying that right, I stand to be corrected on that one. But she's wearing a beautiful, nice hat to cover a part of her face from the sun because it's quite sunny in the scene. And she's also holding something like a bucket to insert the lovely flowers that she loves, that she picked. Or rather, if I'm not mistaken, it's a bucket of water where she's watering her plants between the two. Yes, I see that prop as very necessary. It's not boring, it's not unnecessary, it's necessary, like I'm saying, because it fits perfect for the scene. She's in the garden doing her gardening, and yes, and what else? What else do we have here? Yes, the scene at large, the camera. There's a point where the camera is playing, is being the eyes of the audience, and there's a point where the camera is being the eyes of the character, especially when they come close together and they start conversating when they are close together. I see that the camera is working for the character's eye. It's the character's eye, versus when we are shown the both of them standing and talking and conversating, or both of them in a wide shot, that it's for us, it's our eye, it's serving its purpose as our eye. Yes, I thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope that you heard. Thank you.